Why narcissists lose their cool so quickly. The longer you have been involved with a narcissist, the more you realize that they are very unstable people. And one of the most common things we notice is how quickly they will lose their cool. They become very dramatic and unreasonable at the drop of a hat. Most of the time you don't even see it coming. It's like all of a sudden, just like that, they will exaggerate the situation, crank it up to a 10, and it's usually just about something very benign. For whatever reason, you were getting along pretty well, and then they just kind of snap. They start losing it over these small, insignificant things. Then you find out from other people that they are mad at you for something you had said. They didn't like your tone. They thought in their mind that you were somehow being disrespectful to them. So instead of confronting you at the time they claim this happened, they start picking apart every little thing, every phrase, every comment that you make. They start building this arsenal of situations in their head. Then they lose it and attack you with a bunch of bullshit. There's really not a better way to put it. What they are doing is totally irrational. You know it. And be damn sure they know it too. They are only doing this because somehow you have intimidated them in some sort of way. It's not like it was intentional. You didn't even have a clue you were saying anything wrong until they confront you. Those confrontations leave you baffled because you know in your heart you haven't changed who you are at all. A narcissist does this to gain an upper hand. When they watch you and realize how great of a person you are, they will find ways to knock you down a few pegs. They want to try and make you apologize for things they perceive to be wrong or inappropriate. They are trying to get other people to buy into their bullshit and make you look bad. When you first meet a narcissist, they seem like a totally normal and reasonable person. But what you end up figuring out is they were just putting on an act. That person you met is not the person they really are. It will happen every time. They are incapable of keeping up that fake persona because it's not who they really are. Here's the difference between narcissists and us. We will acknowledge that we maybe aren't as good at certain things. There are things we can improve about ourselves. We take responsibility for our actions. They just won't do that. They see that as being weak. It will always be someone else's fault. Always. So when you see a narcissist lose it all of a sudden, it's all tied to the fact that they refuse to recognize their faults. They refuse to take accountability for anything, ever. They start spewing all this anger and resentment. They project it onto you in hopes that it gives them a brief sense of relief. Projecting their bad thoughts, their bad opinions, their overall bad attitude, this gives them a sense of power and control. A great example of this is after a while, you notice this narcissist is always coming to you with a bunch of negative talk. As soon as you contradict their opinions, you will see them lose it right in front of you. They have realized you aren't playing their games anymore. This will cause them to lose their cool immediately. And when you say the word no to them, like, no, I don't agree with you about that, or no, I'm not going to get involved in that. That's all it will take for a narcissist to lose it. Any slight contradiction to their beliefs will set them off. Another reason they will lose their cool is they may have originally idealized you and held you up to a higher standard. They tell you that you were the best thing that ever happened to them, that they just love to be around you. Then over time, as they see how genuine and honest you are about everything in life, they will start getting bored with you. They will conjure up some story or misconstrue something that you say, and then bam, they will say, yep, I knew all along you were just a fake. So when they do this, it's their way of breaking you down, getting you off that high horse they see you as being on. When they find out who you really are, all the experiences you have had, all the fun times you have had, the way you have grown, they just can't deal with it. This is the point when they know they don't have anything positive to offer, and this is when they will lose their cool. Being the loving and honest person you are, you will let them know their harsh reactions and outbursts are hurting you. You will let them know this bothers you. Narcissists can't take that kind of talk. They aren't able to have an honest conversation. So when you do share your feelings, it sets them off all over again. They will instantly flip the narrative back onto you. It's all your fault that I lose my shit. You're just weak and can't handle it. They go into this defensive mode. They bring up all kinds of shit from the past. They start to show signs of being paranoid. They need to somehow gain back control, and this is the way they attempt to do it. Another way a narcissist will lose control is when they want you to take their side on something. It could be something as simple as where to go eat dinner with friends. The friends picked one place, and the narcissist picked another place. You don't really have an opinion either way, but you aren't committing to their opinion. You aren't taking their side. They end up accusing you of ganging up on them. Just this one simple situation, and you are now seeing what they are really all about. You are witnessing a temper tantrum over a dinner choice. And jealousy. Jealousy plays a huge role. When other people think highly of you, when they respect you, a narcissist will think you don't deserve that treatment, so they will belittle you and make you feel like less of a person in the hope that it will take you down a notch or two. When they see you as being propped up by others, it makes them feel like they are being left behind, like they aren't as good or as popular as you. It makes them go crazy. Narcissists also don't like it when you are decisive, when you make a decision and follow through with that decision. They see that as you having a different opinion than them, that you don't like the way they do things. It eats them up inside. And how about the control factor? Narcissists often lose their cool when they can't control their surroundings. They are obsessed with controlling everything around them. And when they can't control things, they will lash out. They will lose their cool. They hate having to adjust to anything. It always has to go their way. And when it doesn't, look out. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. I mean, let's face it. A narcissist is just never going to ask themselves this question. What is it I'm trying to accomplish when I lose it? Like, what is the purpose of getting all fired up over these little things? You know, it's not like they sit down and create this strategy. It's just an impulse that they have. So when a narcissist loses it, when they go off on you or anyone else, it's just their control mechanism. They need to immediately gain control of the situation. They will blame shift and gaslight you. They start questioning you about anything and everything they can think of. So as you start to experience these episodes, make a quick note to yourself that this person is not safe. Make a note to say, I need to stop sharing as much personal information with them as I have been sharing. They are only using it as fuel against me. Just start backing off and understand that anything you might say moving forward is just giving them more ammunition for future confrontations. And remember this, and this is very important, you do not have to argue with a narcissist. You don't need to explain anything to them. You know the real truth, and you know they are just trying to distort that truth to make them look like a better person. Arguing with them is just their ultimate goal. When you can approach them with confidence and just agree to disagree, then leave it at that, you are demonstrating that you have what it takes to be the bigger person. I really hope this video is giving you some good examples of what to look for and how to protect yourself when a narcissist loses their cool. If you like this content, please subscribe and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Also, hit that notifications bell as I upload content a few times each week. And in the meantime, watch for the signs. Be alert. Be vigilant. Be strong. Be brave. And go live your best life today.